if you're not willing to address the issue I'm about to bring up in this video, you will never become profitable. But before we get into that, I want to get to know you, the person who's watching this. And I don't care about who you are, what you have achieved in your life, how disciplined you are or think you are. I'm not sure. I don't care. It doesn't matter. But I want to get to know who you truly are, because you're not going to achieve what you desire in this game if you don't do what I'm about to tell you in this video. So if you're about to blow your account, or if you just blew your account and you're itching to buy that reset to get that new account and start trading again, and you've been going in this cycle for a long time without getting consistent results, then I want and I need you to take a step back, because you've probably been in this trading hamster wheel for too long, and that's why you can't see clearly. Don't you see what's really happening here? I know you think that you're this close to get to get becoming profitable, but that's the illusion. And I'm not saying this to discourage you, and there are some truth in this video that will probably make you want to click off or be really angry at me or at the market or at society or yourself. But if you listen, if you truly listen to what I'm about to tell you in this video, I can get you on the right path so your effort actually goes towards something. Because currently you're most likely just blowing accounts, blowing your mental capital, and not addressing the real issue here. So what I want you to do is, instead of buying that new Profit Firm challenge next time, I want you to go to a therapist and use that money instead to buy a session with the therapist and just talk about yourself and get to know yourself and what is actually holding you back in trading. Because people think that you need to do more, you need to add this to your mindset, you need to become more disciplined, you need to become a better trader. But what you actually need to do is you need to realize what's holding you back. What weight are you carrying? What invisible but heavy weight are you carrying in your life that is holding you back again and again and again? And this is a difficult part, because imagine that you have a team working with you and everyone promises that they're loyal to you, they're doing their best, but suddenly when you're about to break through, one person on the team sabotages everything for you and for everyone. And if you can't address that, then you're never going to make it. But this one person is a metaphor, and it's something within yourself where 95% of you, everything inside you, is working towards achieving this major goal you have in trading, and you're actually closer than you think. But that last 5%, when that last 5% notices that you're about to break through, it sabotages everything. You need to address why that's happening, and you need to kill that 5% of yourself. You need to completely destroy that part, because you're never going to become profitable anyways if you don't. Because you're always going to self-sabotage. And that's the thing with trading. A lot of people perform really well for a period of time, but all it takes is that one day, one session, or one period, 1 week, where you just, and you think it's not, you're not able to get disciplined, but what you're essentially doing is more and more tension is building up inside you. And every time you stay disciplined and things are going well, more and more tension is building up inside you. And essentially it's like holding a ball underwater and dragging it deeper and deeper, and it's resisting more and more, and essentially just goes to the surface. Every amount of progress you've made is lost and blown, and you get so frustrated, and you get to the point where you feel like nothing really matters. Like, why am I even doing this? And I'm achieving nothing. That's not technical issues, that's an issue within yourself. And I'm not going to sit here and explain what that is for you, because I can't give everyone who's watching this a diagnosis or tell you what you have to fix or address within yourself, and that's different from person to person. But what I can do is I can tell you that there is probably something within you that's holding you back, and you need to address that, because that's why you see traders, profitable, really high level traders, making a lot of profits, and it seems so effortless. Like it doesn't seem like they're even trying or breaking a sweat, and they're running circles around the market, while a lot of people, most people, just struggle so much. And at that point, you have to realize that these people aren't more disciplined than you. They're going out partying, they're traveling, they're enjoying their life, but still they casually stroll into the market and make 30K. Like, do you see what's happening here? There is something you don't understand about yourself or about the way this game works, that you need to address. And it's not by buying that new account, because that in itself is a major issue. If you can't like just not trade on a live account, if you can't trade demo for a while, and essentially you need to be in the market every single time, then that in itself is a huge issue, that you need to be in the market. That's a huge psychological issue that you need to address. And I used to be like this as well. I'm not trading anymore in December this year, 2025. I made my last payout last week, Friday, and I was like, I'm done. I'm not going to trade anymore, because I know that price action isn't going to be favorable. And I see all over social media people complaining about December price action. But we all know that December price action isn't the best, and I don't need to trade. I can trade the whole 2026. I don't need to trade at this moment. I don't need that dopamine from the markets. I don't care. And I think I made 16% minus drawdown, 3%. I think it was 13% last week in Euro USD. And at that point, I'm going to like tell myself that in itself is incredible. And all the decisions I had to make to get to that point, and the discipline, and what I had to confront within myself, I got to a point where I was just tired. I was really tired of, I had decision fatigue after that last big win, big payout. And I realized that I don't need to do any more now. I can take a break from live trading, and I can focus on backtesting and learning and developing myself more. Because I was at that point, I'd confronted so much within myself that I finally made those 13% from the market in a week. And I was like, this is like, you made it, like you need to take a break. I began to feel overconfident, and that's the worst thing you can do if if you've been there, like you feel like you're going to take over the market. So I actually decided to not trade anymore in December. And I know that smart money is offloading positions, and volatility isn't that good anyways. So I just decided to stop trading. So I'm not trading this week. I'm doing other stuff, working on other businesses, making this video. But as you can see, I'm not itching to take a trade. I'm not like, I need to take a trade, because I've gotten to the point where I realized that the reason why I'm trading is because of my own freedom. And if I made 13% in a week, that in itself is more than enough to secure my freedom. And if I can continue doing that, I'm not saying 13% a week, I'm just saying if I can continue to trade really profitably in 2026, that's going to secure the freedom I'm seeking. And I don't need to be greedy. I don't need to be like just more and more greedy, trying to grab more and more out of the market too quickly before I'm mentally ready for it. And I'm doing this like I'm thinking, okay, I've developed so much technically, now I need to develop myself the same way mentally and emotionally. Because in order to handle that larger amount of capital to trade, you need to develop yourself as well, not just your technical skills, but your mindset as well, and your emotional capabilities. So If you're interested in being mentored by me, there's a link to the Discord down in the bio. If you're truly serious, sign up, send me a message on IG, and I'll try my best to really help you with the strategy, with the emotions, with everything, and really try to help people get to that point. I can't do the work for you, but I can guide you in the right direction. And if you then do the work, there is really difficult not to succeed.